I need a hug. I don't mean it in a poetic way or a metaphorical way. I mean literally, I need to be held. And this is something that is really important for the nervous system, for regulation. It's a primal human need. And it got me to thinking, is this something we're talking about properly in our society? And can you remember the last time someone really held you and made you feel safe? I'm having a day where I feel really raw and sad. And it really would be fixed by a real life human hug. So what do you do when you just don't have that person there? That person who can hold you? I think we're all walking around functioning, and we think we don't need these things. We think that we are connected. We're more connected than ever before. We're having so much contact with people via online communication systems through our phones. So we're constantly in contact. But is that really the kind of connection that we need? What is that really doing to us? People start to say things like, oh, I'm tired, or I'm exhausted, or I need a break, or I'm overwhelmed, or I'm having anxiety, or I have some body pain. There are these signals coming up that are to do with the nervous system, to do with these things that we're missing, that we lack, that we genuinely require, that we are wired for. You know, we're wired for connection. I think the dangerous thing is that it's possible that we are now actually changing and adapting to all this online connection, to social media. I think as a species, we are now finding it easier. Certainly some of us are finding it easier to connect online because it feels safer. One can feel protected. If I'm in a bedroom typing things, I'm protected from any conflict, from feedback. Yeah, there could be online remarks, but one can close that computer at any time. One has a strong sense of control. And I don't very often hear people talking about embodiment in this conversation around loneliness and disconnection. We've become very visual as a culture. Everyone's posting videos everywhere. Everybody's posting photos everywhere. So we're seeing a lot of visuals and we're presenting ourselves in a very visual way. But that's not the same as embodiment. Embodiment, which is something that we work with somatically. And that's what we're going to do, some of that in a second. Embodiment is really important. So feeling ourselves in our body, feeling and connecting to the nervous system. So in the olden days, we would go out and meet friends in person, a lot more than people do now. Visibility and being seen says, look at me, see me. Whereas embodiment says, be with me. So it can be good to feel into the difference of that. See me or be with me. They're really different things. I desperately wanted someone or anyone that cared for me to come and be with me when I was so ill. I was in bed in a dark room for around 3 years after decades of chronic illness. It really came to a head after I caught long COVID. And I couldn't walk to the bathroom, I couldn't cook, I couldn't eat. A lot of my systems in my body shut down. It took a long time to work out that you can recover from this using mind-body healing and nervous system healing, the tools and techniques that I share. So to be that isolated and have no access to being able to receive a hug had a devastating effect on me. There is a lot of conversation about loneliness, And people are talking about it as a loneliness epidemic. When people say they're touch starved, they're not lying. They're describing a real phenomena and a real pain inside. In spaces where this is being talked about, the advice can be pretty simple, like go get a massage. That's not going to get to the core of the issue. It might be a nice temporary fix, of course. It can help on that day. But we need things that are going to support us to heal this. And the wonderful news is that even if you don't have someone with you to give you a hug, like I don't today, we can give to ourselves the exact containment and hold that our nervous system can respond to. If you're watching this and thinking, I could do with a hug, then join me as I show you how to do this somatic healing containment hug. It's very grounding, it's very healing and soothing. It's good if we do it together. It's going to send a strong message of safety right into your nervous system. We're going to take one hand, you take your right hand, and you're going to tuck it into the armpit, and you're going to keep the palm of your hand over your chest or over your heart. I want you to think of it as over your heart, even if it's not quite in the right position. So it just tucks in there like that, and then the other arm, you do this. You put this hand on your right arm. And then I want you to find where is most comfy. Does the hand want to be on the elbow, the middle of the arm, or up on the shoulder? Choose somewhere that feels comfy for you. There's no wrong way to do this. And then I want to invite you to think about pressure from your hands. That could look like very soft touch, almost like the hand is hardly touching the skin, or you're holding yourself very loosely. And that really would be particularly relevant if you have any pain, or if you have skin issues or anything that's impeding you holding yourself firmly. And the idea of this hug is to give containment. So if you can, if there's not pain, you want to squeeze yourself a little bit. You want to hug a little harder than I initially suggested. And then, can you notice your breathing? So on the next in-breath, we're going to make a sigh. On the out-breath, we go. Would you like to try that? And what we're doing when we do that is we're connecting to the sensation inside the chest or the throat. A vibration will occur when you make a sound. Now that sound, we're going to do it again in a minute. That sound could be humming, or oh, or ooh, or ah. There's no wrong sound, but these ones are quite effective. And we're going to look now, this time when we do it, if you can hear me over the traffic. And we're going to look now, when we do it, we're going to look inside for that sensation of vibration. So you're just going to place your attention in your throat and your chest as you make a sound on the exhale, like this. Ooh. And I'm trying to feel, can I sense that vibration in my chest, for example? Ah. See if you can sense any vibration. And if you can't, that's okay. I think the wind's just picking up. Starting to get blown around a bit. So the next thing that I want you to do is I want you to see if there are any sensations in your body right now that you're noticing, particularly in your throat and your chest. Is anything coming up for you in these areas? Right now, I'm beginning to get a sore throat. That does not mean I suddenly caught a cold. It's very warm here. It does not mean I suddenly caught a cold that I didn't have 5 minutes ago. It means emotions are coming up to be released because I'm doing a powerful nervous system hold. So check in with yourself. Are you feeling anything in your throat or your chest? And if you've got a chronic illness, perhaps your symptoms are coming up strong to distract you. So try and pull your attention to this part of your breathing. Try and really lean into getting a sense of what's happening inside there. You can close your eyes for a couple of moments to feel into your throat, feel into your chest, and then become aware of where your hands are and how you're being held. You don't need to think about it. Your mind doesn't have to do any work on this. Your nervous system is already doing anything that it needs to do. Just placing your hands in this position, that's enough. You're already doing the work. So sometimes it just needs a couple of minutes for your nervous system to downregulate, to settle. For most people, that then looks like grounding, feeling reassured, feeling safe. And sometimes when we feel safe, emotions come up. So there can be tears, a feeling of sadness, of grief, but we want it to come up and be released. We want to let it go so that we feel better afterwards. You know, like a child, when they cry for a few moments and then they're fine again, they run off and play. Adults have kind of lost their ability to do this. So we need the help of this kind of healing tool to help us be able to, have a good cry, release what we were holding, and then we feel lighter and we feel happier. It's also part of a healing process for physical symptoms and chronic pain and chronic illness. Okay, and then sometimes I strengthen this with music. I'm using this wonderful little portable speaker that makes cute noises like that. Dick-a-dink. Okay. So we want to move a little bit, very gently, and see if any more nervous system releases happen. Like yawning, popping ears, trembling, sudden heat in the body. These are good signs, not bad signs. It's a sad song to release any grief you might have. For the final part of this, I would encourage you to put your hand on your heart. Now you can choose, you could do hand on heart and hand on belly. You could do 2 hands on heart or just 1 hand on your heart, whatever feels comfy. And we're going to send a message into the nervous system. And you can choose your own message, or you can borrow the one I'm going to share with you, if that helps. And I'm just going to say thank you to my system. This body that's working hard to carry me, I want to say thank you to it. So I want you to think of the word thank you and send it in deeply down into the core of your being. Thank you. Thank you. I'd love to hear from you. anything that's coming up for you, any thoughts, any body sensations, any nervous system releases, or if you're not sure. And if you'd like more support with things like this, I'll share a link to more somatic healing and also to some meditations that I've made to support this work, and to this song, if you'd like to hear the song. But let me know below how you get on with this. I'd love to hear from you, and I will read all the comments. And most importantly, take good care of yourself. And thank you. It means a lot that you're here. Thank you.